So I see we got a bunch of people filtering in here. So I'm going to go over kind of the format for tonight. Today is a webinar format, which means that you'll be able to utilize your Q&A function to ask questions. We ask that when you ask questions, we're going to cover a lot of material tonight. Try to keep your questions when we're going over that material. That way we'll be able to respond to those questions as they come up. We'll either respond via written response that everybody can see. We'll answer it live, or if we don't get to it, we'll send you an email with your response after the webinar. And we've got to make sure we've got everybody's contact information. Again, this is a 45-minute sharp, Northeast Town Hall. So I'm going to pass it over to Jamie. Go ahead, Jamie.
All right, let me get my slides ready. All right. Well, I too just want to welcome everybody. Appreciate everyone taking the time to join in on this. We've got representation from both the Alliance and the Northeast League, and the goal of these meetings, this is actually our third one this week, but the goal is just information to make sure that we're answering questions, and we want everybody to know as well that we'll continue to answer these questions. Everybody on this call is accessible. We want to be accessible, and your questions continue to make us better as well. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen, and we will get started here. All right, so just to go over the agenda, we ask that if you have questions, which we hope you do, you just wait till we get to that particular section. So just to start, we'll give an introduction of who everybody is, what our roles are. I'm going to talk more on just what the Alliance is. I know there's a lot of questions out there trying to define what it is, and then how the member leagues, such as the Northeast League, fit into this. Tim's going to go into the registration process. We'll talk membership benefits, insurance, background checks, and then Adam and his team are going to speak more specifically to the Northeast League. How do you earn points? What schedule of events, stats, postseason play? What does it all mean? And then we'll come back. Travis and I will talk about interleague play as well as the championship series, the ultimate end goal for all of this too. So just to kick things started here. I'm Jamie Loprice. I'm the executive director for the Alliance Fastpitch, and I will be, I guess, leading a lot of this conversation, and I work closely with a lot of the leagues as well. So I will pass it over to Tim.
And my name is Tim Gorman. I'm the finance director, and I'll be talking about membership, insurance, all things kind of business related. So you'll be hearing more from me in a little bit.
Yeah, my name's Travis Kotzenmoore. I'm out in California. I run Triple Crown Sports out here, and my role is the National Events Director. So I'll make sure that any events that the Alliance is associated with, that it falls into a certain, just has a certain quality about it. It falls in line with our mission, and that we're working closely with the other event directors that currently exist across the country.
Tony, you're on mute there.
Man, that was my big chance. All right. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here tonight. I'm Tony Rico. I'm the president of Firecracker Softball. I'm an Alliance board member, and I would say that I help along with leadership development. So making sure that this experience is what everybody hopes it is as far as respect and communication goes. So looking forward to working with everyone.
I'm Adam Dorman, the commissioner of the Northeast Fastpitch. You all know me as well from the Mystics and from USSSA and USA Elite Select. And we're just super excited to get this running up here in the Northeast, get our own thing going.
I'm Dave Wheeler, Deputy Commissioner, Northeast Fastpitch League. I'll be assisting Adam to get rolling here in the Northeast, and look forward to new and great things here in the Northeast.
Hey, I'm Dave Sharp. I'm the league admin for Northeast Fastpitch, and I handle the social media and updating the website as well, and stats.
I love doing all these and all the different accents that we get for each of this. So if mine comes through, I'm originally from Texas. So if I drop a couple y'alls, that's where it comes from. But just to kick things started, and I appreciate everybody on this call as well. And I too am excited with the Northeast. I've had an opportunity to work with Adam for the past 4 years through USSSA. And I've gotten to learn a lot about the Northeast, not just from that standpoint, but even as a college coach up there at Monmouth University and understanding just the different dynamics. So I'm excited to move forward with you guys. Just to give an overall, we get this question a lot. What is the Alliance? And I put this long definition on here, but to really summarize it, it's really about that organization, the unity. The Alliance is kind of that overarching umbrella that's bringing everything together in regards to the member leagues. The Alliance will provide oversight and guidance for each of the leagues and is really creating that infrastructure. What I get excited about is this is just ground level. This is just that foundational first step of bringing the youth side of this together, and it's going to really grow from here. But really important to just bring about change and create something different for your team. So with the member leagues, the big thing is promoting this purposeful play. And we'll talk a lot about that, especially in regards to the points, the path to postseason, both at the league level and the national level as well. I get this question a lot. Is the Alliance a sanctioning body? Is it an event company? And the answer is no. I came from that background. I understand it. The Alliance is not in that arena. It's not a governing body. It's not an event execution company. And in fact, as you'll see throughout, again, at the league level and national, we're working with a lot of the associations as well. And that is the goal. These 4 pillars to me help really define what the Alliance is, that enhanced competition. We all want that. I was a competitor, whether you're coaching, whether you're playing, we want that, those meaningful games, those purposeful games, putting kids in an environment to really develop and learn how to compete. But beyond that, it's the athlete and coach development. You're going to see some things, some videos we've already started to put together in regards to the membership benefits and the development that we're going to provide our athletes and our coaches off the field. A systematic identification of top athletes. I'm partial to this. I would imagine a lot of the athletes in the Northeast are as well. Leveling the playing field in regards to, it doesn't matter where you're from, right? Giving the kids the same opportunity to achieve, to succeed, and putting them in a systematic process for identifying those top kids. And then the collaboration. And I mean, even the hats and brands on this call. And if you've seen any of our other league calls, you've got teams that have fought hard on the field against each other and are rivals, but they're working together off the field. We've got different associations that are working together. And that's really the beauty in all of this, because when we lead with the athlete in mind and for the betterment of the sport, we really can do some great things. And so that's what this whole concept is all about. Member leagues, if you look at the bottom here, currently there are 6 member leagues, with the Northeast being one of those. So we've got the Texas Fastpitch League, the Southeastern, the Rocky Mountain, the Northeast, the Heart of America, the California, and soon to be announced, the Pacific Northwest. And so the member leagues are those regional leagues. What they work together on, even though if it might not exactly be the same, we've seen a lot of collaboration amongst the leadership of each of these leagues, sharing thoughts, sharing ideas. Texas actually got to run this summer, so they shared a lot of some of the growing pains as well. So whether it's stats, whether it's synergy on point systems, we have all come together on interleague play, and then postseason berths. And Travis will talk more about that at the end, of how we have allocated a total number of berths to each of the leagues and divided that so we can get to a true national champion. And then anytime you've got volume and we're bringing this network together of athletes and coaches, we can truly enhance that membership experience. We can lower the cost for our families, and the same thing of activating our sponsorships. So, all right, we're going to get more into the logistics now, the overview, and step 1 is getting your team registered. So I'm going to pass it over to Tim to explain this process.
Yeah, absolutely. So the registration process really begins with the coach or team admin at the member league level. So you go to the Alliance website, click on the league, the Northeast League, and that will take you to a registration for the coach. He'll fill in, pay any of the team dues that are associated with that member league, and then invite all of the parents of the players. Okay, so and also invite the other staff members. So that's the key thing, is to make sure it's really the parents sign up the account first. The free account for the parents. Legally, we need to go that direction where we invite the parents first. So if there's any questions on that, that's really the right way to do it. And then the coaches are $50 per registration, and there's insurance and background checks and safe sport. And so we'll get into some of those other things. And then the athletes are $45 per athlete. But that's really it on the registration process. If you have questions, Dave Sharp is the league administrator there that's going to help you. I'm be there to help you as well. But it's a pretty seamless process. We've had over 4,000 people go through it right now, and for the most part, it's it's working pretty smooth. I would just say, as you start the registration process, just complete it. Go through there. If you're going to go through, and it's best to sit down and complete the whole process at one time. If you save and go back, sometimes the system gets a little funny. So if you're going to start it, just complete it. It really only takes about 10 minutes to go through it. That's it.
Once your team does become a member of the member league, and then all of your individual athletes and coaches become members, I'm going to talk through, along with Tony, just what are some of those benefits. And this is my passion here. This is the things that I get excited about by creating that network and delivering value to our athletes. So the insurance is a big piece, because obviously that's going to protect them in play. The USA Softball National Team Program Contribution Fund. So a small portion is going to that. That is to enhance our USA Softball National Team Program from 12 and under all the way up to our national team. For those of you who don't know, that they're actually starting a 12 and under, a 15 under, and an 18 and under. So that is going to continue to grow. And obviously the experiences that come with that are huge. And going back to that systematic process, we want kids and we want coaches from the Northeast. They need to be a part of that process as well. I put this in italics, free access to MLB. I know that that date has passed. But I think it's important to talk about that's just the beginning of a partnership with Major League Baseball. They were offering free MLB TV that has since expired, but there will be more opportunities there. Discounted opportunities for events. We're working on a youth athlete advisory council so that we can empower the voice of the athletes and develop leaders off the field, as well as the awards. But I'm going to show you guys a video. This is just a quick glimpse of what we did. This was filmed out in California about 2-3 weeks ago. We got some former players just talking about different categories that we feel are important for our youth athletes. So it's not just about hitting or defense. This goes beyond that of how do we truly develop the full athlete.
I was going to be a nurse, and then I was going to be a teacher, and now I'm a coach. So, I mean, I feel like kids at 14 don't really know what they like.
Social media can kind of make or break you, and that was something we had always been taught.
Find that somebody who you identify with and start to model your life like that.
I don't think you have to put this pressure on you and that I can only post that it's my brand, but be smart and understand that people are going to see it, especially if you're being recruited.
Obviously, brand is very important. I think social media is a reflection of how you want to be seen, of how you want to be judged, of how you want to perceive to your teammates and to your fans and to your coaches and who you represent.
So use it in a way that you want to be seen and known as.
Player development. We're not just about making these girls great softball players. I want to make sure they're great people. This
travel ball thing is kind of tough because if someone's unhappy, if a parent's unhappy with playing time, I'm just going to take my kid and I'm just going to put her on this team because they're promising playing time. And I don't think it's really teaching these kids like hard work, what it takes to beat somebody out.
So again, just a quick glimpse there, and I'm sure you recognize some of those names, but we have the plan is to continue to grow that and to build this library. We're talking about mental toughness, character development, branding, but a lot more to come with that. And that's what all the athletes will get as a member of the Alliance. And then in regards to coach, and Tony, I'll pass off to you here in just a sec after we play the video, but the coach membership does include the insurance. It will include a background check and safe sport, all done through USA Softball, a coach mentor program that we're working on, and then the same thing with discounted opportunities and more so access. And same thing, I'm gonna show just a quick video here to show, again, just opportunities when we get we have over 700 coaches that are registered with a lot of experience. I sat down with coaches that together had about 100 years of experience coaching at the youth level, which is really important to give back to you guys. There's a quick glimpse
having
of
that trail that I can kind of sponge and follow and absorb has really helped the way. And now the fact that we're sitting here communicating with each other, you know what I mean, and willing to share this information that we've all took years gathering, I think is really truly something special. And I'm excited to really be a part of it because I think it's going to benefit our game in so many ways. It's just, I'm really excited about it. So.
And just, if you guys don't know, that was Dave Mercado, as well as Tony, Scott Smith, and Mike Stith. So again, about 100 years of experience, but that's just a glimpse. And Tony, you're welcome to elaborate on that aspect.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the areas of change we would love to create is just the way people dialogue about our sport, right? So, you know, I personally don't like to argue the game with anybody. I don't like to waste their time or my time, but I will talk the game with anybody. And so even if I don't remember, Adam, but I like to talk the game with anyone. And I think it's important, it's like sharing recipes, right? So rather than our spaghetti is better than theirs or don't go to them because they're bad, it's really about how we create that dialogue. There's 3 E words that come to mind. They're entertain, educate, and empower. So if it's not entertaining, if we don't have people that are intriguing or there's something about them, well, then you're not really going to listen. And educating, well, think about it. You all know what your kids need as far as skills and what they need to play this game. But educating alone without inspiring people doesn't really work. And so we want to educate you, but we want to do that through inspiring you. And then the last one is empower. What would it take for you to be empowered? What would empower you? What is it out there that you would like to have for yourself as a coach? And, you know, again, even throughout the rest of this talk, you know, you would like to see this, you would like access to this, you would love to learn about this. So a lot of times we are perceived as unapproachable. Some of us in the industry, it's really quite the opposite. And hopefully that video shows that normally 4 guys like that wouldn't even talk to each other off the field. We're actually sharing recipes. So we hope to be able to do that with all of you. And you realize that we are very accessible and we want to be able to help you with your operations.
Absolutely. And just so everybody knows, that's going to continue to grow. We know that there's coaches, great minds from all over. I enjoyed listening to these guys because not everybody can tell you how to coach 12-year-olds or 14-year-olds or 16-year-olds. So I get excited about that portion. One element that's important, we get a lot of questions about, is insurance and how it's provided. So Tim, if you can take this one over and address our big 3 questions.
Yeah, the big 3, definitely. So insurance is provided with every Alliance membership to players, coaches, and it's at the individual level. So right now, this is the biggest question is I've registered. In fact, we just got this right now. I haven't yet heard from USA Softball. We sent out an email today, although the attachment didn't take, so we're going to send that back out, saying you're covered. As long as you go through the process and pay your due, you're instantly covered. USA is processing 4,000 different applications right now. So they're going to get to you. They're going to contact you. Just be a little patient, but just know you're covered. There's a blanket insurance that got sent out, as well as that will be sent out, as well as a link for a contact if you need endorsements, if you need things like that to get you going right now. Just know that that you're covered right now, and we'll circle back and get everybody's digital ID cards. If you've already purchased through USA Softball, fantastic. We'll work with you. The intent is not to have anybody double pay for insurance, so we'll look to get that credited back. As we grow and change, that process will be combined, so it won't be a credit. It will be just a less of a payment. And finally, what if you've already purchased insurance through somebody else? The answer there is yes. We accept all insurance, and there's a process there to go through as well. So on that, it would be contact your league administrator, really kind of talk about them, and that there is a box that you'll check that you could upload your insurance and then get a discount code, so everybody's credited back the cost of the insurance and the Alliance membership.
I think we hit on this one. So Adam, I'm going to toss it over to you and talk more specific about league play.
Okay. So what we have, every team plays a minimum of 5 league games. Your 15 best games are the ones that get recorded. We kept the point system really simple to make everything easy for everybody. Your pool games, or if you're in a showcase, you win, it's 3 points. You tie, it's 1 point. You lose, you get nothing. If you're in a tournament, bracket play, you get 5 points for a win. If you win a tournament that is a league, endorsed tournament, you get a 15-point bonus. And if you're the runner-up, you get a 10-point bonus. If you're in other leagues' events, we are going to give you the same points, but you get a 2-point bonus for not necessarily strength of schedule, but for traveling. Points are used to determine future league event seating and berths to the Alliance Nationals. And you can play up. If you're 14s, you can play in 16s. You still get the same points, provided that they are league teams. So our event schedule is on the website. It's NEFLfastpitch.com. You just click on our schedule. Right now, we pretty much have 18s and 16s, some 14s. We are working with the local directors for the younger ages so that we're getting 12U events, 10U events, more 14U events. We're not really looking to create anything new as much as use existing events that are big. We've talked to the state directors for USSSA and USA Softball. We're looking at making even like the state tournaments league endorsed events. So to add a little bit of extra to it. We are trying to put more of the onus on the coaches. Dave Sharp, our league administrator, is hard at work creating a drop-down menu and everything so that when you get your schedule, you can look in there and see if there's other teams from the league in there so that you can enter your information. The directors that we've talked to so far are all on board. They'll put any league teams that are in the event, they'll put them against each other in pool play. So we're moving forward in that direction. Team stats. Teams are responsible for their stats. Right now, Game Changer looks like it's the way we're going to go for now. You're going to send in your scores to the league administrator. We're going to have the website, so it's going to be nice and easy to enter your information. We're going with your win-loss record, your winning percentage, and your point totals. For the individual players, and we're really excited about this because we'll have players of the week. We're going to have batting average, runs, hits, doubles, triples, home runs, RBIs for the offensive categories. Pitchers, we're looking at your wins, your losses, ERA, strikeouts. And we're even looking at doing a coaches poll so that we're asking coaches to rank teams anonymously, of course, just like they would in college football. And we're waiting for Athletes Go Live to be able to handle all the stats for us, of course. Postseason play. We're going to use the points for seeding in our league championships. Right now, we're looking at for 18s and 16s. In the fall, we have the Power 12 for the 16U and the Power 16 for the 18U. One will be in Newtown, hosted by Joe Garvey, and the other will be hosted by Dave Wheeler at West Hampton in New Jersey. And in the summer, Team New Jersey will be our league championship for the 18s and 16s. And at the younger levels, I don't have the dates in front of me. I'm working with David Rocha from Connecticut at Fastpitch Nation. We're going to do the younger levels there, 10s, 12s, probably 14s as well. So that'll be hosted in Connecticut. I believe we have 4 Tier 1 berths and 8 Tier 2 berths at each age level. So we're looking to get the best teams represented at the Alliance events.
And speaking of, we'll touch on that as well, about what that means. So next, Travis, do you want to talk about interleague play, what that means, sorry, and how that how teams can earn points in against other member leagues?
Yeah, as you guys read through that, interleague play points are going to be calculated. Adam told you within your guys' specific league, you guys are going to get extra points for traveling outside of your league and playing. Just like that, we are also going to have an alliance calculated interleague points. So anytime you guys travel out of your league and you play, those results will be noted and you will receive points that are strictly interleague points. Adam explained how you would work your way through getting your points at your local events that he's working with other event coordinators to set up. Then obviously the next step is qualifying, which he explained where those ages would be and how they would be running them. And then you would get to a national championship, which we'll touch on later. But the valuable portion of the interleague points is it will go into play when you guys come out of your league into the national championship. It will be evaluated and utilized to make sure that you guys are seeded into a national championship as best and as properly as possible, kind of like you see at the collegiate level, right? It's a criteria. It's something that's used to seed you guys at the national championship level, since you guys won't be all seeded, obviously, across the country. You know, all the leagues aren't blended. They're separate. So that is a valuable criteria that will be taken into account throughout the year, the interleague points, and you'll be rewarded for traveling, essentially.
All right, and then that leads us into the Alliance Fastpitch series. So we have hit on this a little bit, but how do I qualify? And this was a big thing of talking to, just teams and earning that berth. You're going to hear us a lot in regards to what I touched on in the beginning with the purposeful play. And so at the beginning, as Travis has alluded to, dividing those berths up amongst all of our member leagues, and then you will qualify for the Alliance Fastpitch Championship Series through your play in member leagues. So you have to qualify to get there. And as Adam said, for that Tier 1, we've got 64 total teams. 4 of those berths are going to come out of the Northeast. So you're going to play your way to earn one of those spots. And then once you get there, the championship series format, it's going to look a little bit different, but this is what truly prepares those kids for play. So starting off at a regional, where it's broken down into 16, that's where we're talking about the seedings as well, and how that's going to seed teams, which is going to be important. If you watch the selection show for the Women's College World Series, whoever gets those top 16 seeds, that plays a huge a factor. Technically, they won't have home field advantage, but in regards to matchups, that's going to be big. So you make it out of your regional. Now you're matched up against one other team in your super regional, which is a good experience too for those kids trying to beat a team twice. Then into your Elite 8, and then into your championship series, where it'll go best 2 out of 3. So the championship series, we put 6 days. Really, that 6th day is your championships. So really, you're looking at a 5-day event unless you make it to the final 2 there. And then, Travis, I'm going to pass to you to talk more about the age divisions, Tier 1, Tier 2, why we pick these locations, as well as the partnerships.
Yeah, that information that you see there, you will also notice that the Alliance, like we referred to earlier, is not an event company. And just like all the other entities within the sport, when we're talking about coaches collaborating, players, all that stuff, well, we're doing the same with the event coordinators. This is what they do. This is what they're good at. And so obviously, to collaborate and provide the player and the team with the best experiences possible was our goal, not try to take and create a whole nother championship that just divides the country even more. So you can see the dates. It's clearly, the locations and the hosts, it's clearly a West Coast, a Central, and an East Coast setup right now. Triple Crown, USSSA, and USA we're in the middle of signing contracts essentially, and they have approved verbally that this is something that they want to do. Interesting thing that I just want to note is as you see the dates at the top, they'll all be within that range. And I want to mention that the Alliance has such a good mission that within each of these arrangements, the Alliance also has the controlling interest. So we will, and that's my main thing and Jamie's main thing, we will be here to listen to you guys as the coaches, to adjust when needed, and to make sure your voices are being heard when it comes down to a championship. And we will be able to get those put in place if they make sense with each of these event coordinating companies. So it's a collaboration at the event level also, and we're excited about it.
And I do apologize if you said this, and I've said this information a few times, but I do think it's important as well that these will rotate. So the age divisions won't be set in one location. And that was another thing that we heard from the coaches. So making sure that they do rotate within. This is really, that's the main questions. We built this upon just questions that we get often at the Alliance level and at the league level. So hopefully we did address a lot of those. If you've got particular questions specifically about registration or anything that goes with that process, Dave Sharp is your point of contact. That league administrator is going to play a huge role, especially right now, and especially this year, as this is new for everybody. And the onboarding process is big. So we appreciate Dave for stepping up for the Northeast and in handling all of those. And we have a training tomorrow with Tim. And so we're making sure that we're getting all of our league admins onboarded. Chris Sebring and USA Softball have been great partners in regards to insurance questions and making sure that all members are getting covered as we go through and get the full team. And then if anybody has any Alliance specific questions or comments or wants to be involved, whatever that looks like, there's the email. That's the easiest way to get a hold of myself and our team. But we do want to hear from you. We want you guys to be involved. And I'm sure Adam will echo that at the league level as well. But I want to make sure we do have a little bit of time. I don't know if there were any additional questions or comments that anybody wants to add on. Any questions that came through that we need to address, or did we get them all?
I think we got them.
Nice. Any parting words, Dave or Adam, from a league level?
Well, I'm just super excited. I want to get all the teams involved. I mean, not just the organizations, but even the smaller teams that are just, you know, like a mom and pop shop style that, you know, have great players, and it gives them a level playing field and just, you know, see what they can do. You know, we talk about this being a grassroots effort, and that's really what we want to get. It's not just something for the elite level teams, it's something for everybody. And I'm really excited to give this opportunity to all the teams up here in the Northeast.
Yeah, that's a great point, Adam. Go to our website, NEFL, fastpitch.com. We have a great schedule up there already. And you'll see, I think all of them were existing events. So we're not trying to recreate the wheel and flood the market with even more events. We want to take, you know, we have a lot of great events out there, whether they're U-Trip, USA, Triple Crown, invitationals, you know, non-sanctioned. We have a little bit of each. We're going to continue to work on them. If you have any, you know, tournament directors out there, if you're interested in, you know, making your event a league event, just reach out to us, and everybody's welcome. So look forward to the upcoming year.
Yeah, let me just say for the tournament directors, there isn't any charge or anything like that for it to be a Northeast Fast Pitch event. We just ask that, you know, we can put our logo on there, and you let our, you know, league teams play against each other in pool play, and then bracket or, you know, championship play. Whatever happens. But that's all we want. We just want to create a little bit of excitement up here in the Northeast and give all of our teams an opportunity.
I love it. And that's what it's all about. And I appreciate you guys both hitting on that from an event standpoint, because there's lots of ways for different people to get involved, whether it is as an event host, as Jim Barcelona's jumping on right now. Good timing there, Jim. Or from a team level, former athletes as well. So hopefully this continues. Again, we're all accessible. And in fact, I don't know, Mike is probably in the cage right now, but I did want to introduce Mike Stith, who's one of our board members. Obviously, a lot of you guys probably know Mike from a Batbuster level, and I know there's Batbuster teams up in the Northeast. So there you are.
I'm on. I'm listening, but I don't want to create too much noise. So thanks for everybody for being on. Yeah, it's noisy in here, so I don't want to add a bunch of noise to the background.
Short and sweet, but thanks, Mike. We appreciate, obviously he's got a interest in all aspects of this. But anybody else on our team, just closing words that you want to add?
Of course I do. So I'll just throw in that I got the beginning of my education in the Northeast. So in 1991, a gentleman named Gary Wardine asked me to coach this team he was starting called the Firecrackers. And he said, come on, we're going to hop on a plane. We've got this, it's called a qualifier for national championship. So we flew out to Lowell, Massachusetts, and we proceeded to get our butts kicked by a team called the Ohio Mad Dogs. And it was the first leg of like a long journey of education. And so we've all come a long way. And hopefully it should feel a little weird for some of the powers that be in softball to say that we appreciate you, we respect you, we care about you, and we want to hear from you, because that's something that's kind of a precedent that we're looking to start. So I'm just looking forward to the future, creating the right type of change, hopefully making more people happy, and appreciate everyone spending their time with us tonight.
Thank you guys. I know there's a lot more for this to come, but we're definitely excited to get this rolling. And I look forward, as I'm looking at this list from an event side, a coach side, we look forward to seeing you guys and working with you. So thanks everybody for your time. Thank you to the Northeast team as well. I know this has been a quick build and going. So thank you all and have a good night.
Take care.